Well, 16-year-old Annaleise Carr getting ready to break a world record on Friday. She's ready to swim the longest swim across Lake Erie, topping the old record by about 20 kilometers. So she's going to start out in Erie, Pennsylvania, and will arrive back on Canadian soil in Port Dover, and she's getting some inspiration on shore. Annaleise joins us this morning along with Duane Rutter, who's going to be playing guitar the entire time that Annaleise is in the water. And you're both doing it to raise money for Camp Trillium.
Yes.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when you had your swim a couple of years ago, you wanted to raise $30,000 for Camp Trillium, which is a great camp for kids. And wow, you blew that one out of the water, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we got over $250,000 last time, which was completely amazing and really unexpected for sure.
Okay, and this swim that you're doing on Friday, you're starting out on Friday morning, it's going to be quite a bit different than your crossing of Lake Ontario. This is where you're crossing before. You crossed, I think about, what was it,
52 kilometers.
52 kilometers there, just like the map says. And now you're taking the long way from Erie, Pennsylvania. You could have ended up in Long Point, but you're going to go around Long Point to Dover.
Yeah, I wanted to go past Long Point and go into Dover just because Norfolk County's been like so good with supporting me, and I wanted to land back home. And yeah.
Oh, excellent, excellent. We all have to admit we're all three from Norfolk County, so yeah, got to get that Norfolk pride in there. Yeah. So this is great because you're going to be at the end of the street, Main Street in Port Dover, Duane. The whole time she's in the water, you're going to be playing guitar.
Correct. As soon as I get word that Annaleise is under the water, I'll start playing, and then continue on until I see her climbing up onto the shore.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going to be at the end of the street there, down by Callahan's, if you're familiar with Port Dover, and you welcome people to come in and chat with you, and sometimes you're not bothering you.
No, that's fine.
Or whatever, but
I'm hoping that, as with my other Guitar-a-thons, that people will come and sit in. I know a lot of musicians, the word is out, they'll come and sit in with me and help keep me awake and support Annaleise and Camp Trillium.
That's great, because I mean, Annaleise, you've got so many people going for you, but it must be neat to know that, you know, when you're on shore, all this is waiting for you as well, right?
Yeah, it's really cool what's going on shore. I kind of wish I could be there.
Well, you'll be there for the end, which is the best part, right? So right now, you were telling me that with your training, you're kind of tapering off a little bit. You were in the water last night, but having fun.
Yeah, I went with my brother last night to the beach. We went paddle boarding, and we played some catch with a ball and stuff. So. Yeah.
Now, any challenges crossing Lake Erie? I know there's a big undertow problem around Long Point, kind of thing. So, how are you? I know you've got lots of safety precautions in place.
Yeah, Lake Erie is a little bit different than Lake Ontario. With Lake Ontario, we had to really focus on like hypothermia and stuff like that because it's such a cold, deep lake. And with this one, what our main focus is on the weather, because a storm can pick up so fast on Lake Erie.
Because it's so shallow, yeah.
Yeah, right now, though, the weather looks really, really good. So.
Okay, so you're all excited. So when are you going? Are you spending Thursday night then in Erie?
Yeah, my mom and brother and I are going up to Erie on Thursday and then spending the night.
Okay, and how long do you think it'll be once you start in the water?
I think it's going to be about 30 hours. But it all depends on the weather. Okay,
and we'll be rooting for you as well. We're going to put your website up so that people can start donating now for Camp Trillium, and just tell people what Camp Trillium does and how you were so inspired by the people there.
Well, Camp Trillium is a camp for kids with cancer and their families, and how I kind of found out about Camp Trillium is in 2011 I did a 10-kilometer swim for Camp Trillium, and before we actually did the swim, we got to go and like look at the camp and see exactly what it was. Because even though it's only like half an hour from where I live, I had never heard of Camp Trillium before. So we went and I got to meet some of the kids and see some of the families there and see how happy they are and how all of them could forget about what was going on outside of this camp. It was like a safe haven for all of them. And just seeing all these kids smile and like having so much fun and forgetting about what's going on made me want to do something more to help. So then I actually asked them if I could volunteer, but they told me I couldn't till I was 18.
Yes.
So I had to think of other ways that I could help out.
And you're doing some great ways to help out. So we're going to get the link up on our website, chch.com, to your website, and you are going to play us out of the interview segment. One of the many songs that you'll be singing, I'm sure, during your 30 hours of playing guitar. Duane Rutter. Annaleise, you and I will step out here.
but she don't know the answer she'll bring when I ask how she feels about me. So I don't ask. Better off not to know. This moment will pass, so just let it go. She likes to care for somebody, tries harder where a mountain would cave in. She holds her truth in a number of ways. I wonder what cuts through her when. Oh, but I don't ask. It's better off not to feel. This moment will last, so just keep it real. Could have been just a great burst of starlight. We could have taken control of the rain. Could have made every day always like that night, over and over again. She likes to walk in the rain, touching